morning, and welcome to the 118th commencement of Norwalk High School with P-Tech High School as well. If you now stand, we'll have the national anthem sung by Sheridan Mullins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. Thank you, Sheridan. Now we'll have remarks from our Honorable Mayor, Mayor Harry Rilling.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts. Welcome, class of 2020. Norwalk High School class of 2020. Welcome, parents. A few months ago, we didn't know if we would even be here, celebrating your accomplishments and all that you have done. I, too, am a graduate of Norwalk High School and the Norwalk Public School System. But when I entered the halls of Norwalk High School in September of many years ago, I didn't expect anything other than a full high school experience. And unfortunately, the coronavirus has robbed you all of a good part of your senior experience. And for that, my heart is broken. But also, there's a lesson to be learned. I don't know how many of you have watched the movie with Charlie Sheen, Major League. You see, life throws a lot of curveballs. We never know what to expect. One day to the next, 1 year to the next. And in the movie Major League, the ball player Serrano couldn't hit a curveball because he was always relying on something outside of himself. But once he started relying on himself, he hit the longest home run in the history of the game. And so I ask each of you to look at this curveball that life has thrown you. You've learned a lot. You have experiences. You've learned words like physical distancing, social distancing, distance learning, COVID-19, wearing masks, gloves, washing your hands. All the things that we never knew how to do it. There's no manual on how to deal with it. We wrote this manual day by day. So think about the experience that you have and what this has taught you. You now have stories that you can tell, stories about your life. And as you go through life, Always remember, look inside yourself to hit that curveball. Remember that you're from Norwalk, Connecticut. Remember that the city of Norwalk gave you a world-class education, even though we couldn't have you in the classroom. I want to thank Mr. Roberts and Dr. Moore and Senator Duff and the School Governance Council for putting this together in a way that we didn't know how we were going to honor you and recognize your achievements. But as you go forth, remember you are from Norwalk, Connecticut. Be proud of that. Wherever you end up, and we hope it's back here, please make sure that you make that place a better place. You have that strength, you have that inner courage now that many people have not gotten in life. So thank you all. God bless you all as you move forward. Congratulations on your achievements. We are so very, very proud of you. God bless.
All right, we're going to hear from your senior class president, Ann Libby Christenot, to tell you what the class gifts are.
Hello, Norwalk High. My name is Jamal Boyd, and I'm proud to be named the class president of class of 2020.
Hi, my name is Libby Christenat, and I am the class treasurer for the class of 2020. And we'd like to start by presenting this year's class gift.
We've bought banners for the whole school so they could take pictures and celebrate throughout all the events that go on through Norwalk High School.
So not only is our gift a beautiful addition to this graduation ceremony, it will be present at all future graduation ceremonies and will leave a mark on our legacy as the very interesting class of 2020.
Thank you, Libby and Jamal. And now we're going to hear from P-TECH's summa cum laude graduate, Pongza Tejasanat.
Good morning, everyone, and congratulations to our class, Norwalk High's class of 2020. Phew, our 4 years together definitely did not end as all of us would have wished. However, many years of demanding but ultimately fulfilling adulthood are on the horizon. Life comes at us quickly, and for some of us, we are trading out the green and white for exciting new colors this fall. This is another transition just as it was at the beginning of our high school careers. Adaptation, whether to the current health crisis or to greater responsibilities, has been our reality, but also our greatest strength. While the world is a much different one than the one we thought we were inheriting back in our freshman year, I, for one, am excited to see the future we build and pass on to those who follow us. The last 4 years, especially the last months marred by COVID, should fill us with the confidence that we will be able to climb any summit put onto us. It should be no surprise that we are ready for the challenges of this world. We grew into adults in the times when many of our parents lost their jobs when we first headed off for school. While unity in our childhood country has not been its forte, that did not stop us from coming together to win championships in the arts and the athletics. As Booker T. Washington said, if you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. This global pandemic has made this invisible backpack, our reliance on each other, painfully apparent. Yet, the pandemic has spurred us to pursue our own goals with more spirit, not less. That spirit is infectious and feeds off each of us sitting here today. It is a fondness for adventure and excitement and achievement that which we cannot let the world take from us. I'd like to address the reason I'm standing on stage at our graduation, P-TECH. I do not know where to begin because I don't know where I would ever finish. Imagining ourselves that day when stranded on a bus together, we were thrown into our first adverse situation. With 4 years of experience after this moment, I'm sure we are aware of the silver lining that arose. We took our first steps into the circle of friendships we have today. I take away our memories whose number and unorthodoxy will never be replicated. One that stands out like the shiniest jewel in a jewelry store was our chance to work at IBM last summer. The recognition we felt swiping our ID badges or eating lunch at a table across from who we knew were IBM executives was a brief glimpse into our bright futures. For the first time, we represented P-Tech in the workforce, and it filled us with the feeling of pride we all felt by being part of this special program. Our administration set us up for success by challenging us at Norwalk Community College. The knowledge we learned about our limits, but most importantly, our capabilities, was invaluable. It is with a heavy heart we must say goodbye to our musicals, to our team dinners, and to our Norwalk family writ large. I think it appropriate to mention a moment from freshman orientation that especially rings true. A staff member told us eager freshmen in the bleachers to cherish the next 4 years because they passed too quickly to not. So, as we sit here for the last time as a class, hearken back to the first time we assembled as a class. Did you cherish the last 4 years, and what have you learned? We must remember how much we have grown and how we must now hop from the last stop on our childhood today and never look back. We are now the ones driving our lives. And as Darth Vader so eloquently said, I was but the learner, now I am the master. Thank you.
Thank you, Pongson. Now we'll hear from Brigitte Arquat.
Our high school has been the home of our future for the past 4 years. We entered believing that the dreams we began would be the ones we'd finish. Now, as the world faces a global pandemic and the coronavirus tears through our year, our dreams, and our future, we must find the power to embrace the unexpected. Because the beauty in our dream is that the more it becomes threatened, the more we will fight for it. Good morning, fellow P-Tech Norwalk and Norwalk High School. And thank you to the family, friends, teachers, staff members, mentors, and administrators who have helped us to nurture, defend each and every one of our dreams. An articulate expression attributed to APJ Abdul Kalam, the former president of India, speaks well to our ability to survive over the past 4 years. When it rains, most birds head for shelter. The eagle is the only bird that, in order to avoid the rain, will fly above the cloud. Each time the unexpected has greeted us throughout these years, we learn to fly higher ground. A couple of years ago, we learned that our spring fling was canceled, so we let our enthusiasm pass and returned our tickets. Many of us fought to have it back, but I assumed there would be another day to dance. A couple of months ago, we learned that our senior prom was canceled, so we hung up our dresses and returned our tuxes. Some of us danced, but I assumed there would be another day to celebrate. A couple of weeks ago, I learned that I wouldn't be able to attend my graduation because I would be leaving for college. But as the coronavirus continues to cancel our plans for our future, an opportunity opened up. I wouldn't be standing here if the coronavirus didn't get in the way. And that's when we ask ourselves, did that roadblock really stop our path, or did it open up a new one? The pandemic has been the most devastating experience of our lifetime, but it also has the opportunity to be the most unifying. Our class has missed out on almost every opportunity to celebrate over the past 4 years, but today will be a day reserved for applause, for tears, for congratulations. Thank you, P-Tech Norwalk and NHS, for teaching us not just how to fly, but to enjoy the beautiful view. Thank you.
Thank you, Brigitte. And now for your NHS class valedictorian, Julia Duford.
I would like to express my profound appreciation for the teachers, staff, friends, family, and students who have made a great impact on my life at Norwalk High. Thank you for your unwavering support throughout these 4 years. From a young age, I've been striving to be the person I thought other people wanted me to be. the person I felt I was expected to be. If there was a new club, I joined. If there was a challenging class, I enrolled. And so, I had little free time. While I am extremely thankful for these valuable experiences, I was often so occupied with fulfilling the standard of extreme achievement that I forgot how I actually wanted to use my time. I lost sight of what made me happy. Then, March 13th marked the last day of in-person school and the beginning of quarantine. I was saddened by losing normalcy so suddenly. Just like you, all I could think about was what I would be missing, what should have been the best time of our lives. Despite all of this, there was one vital thing that came out of this period of isolation: time, and the freedom to choose what I wanted to do. During this pause on life, free of the busy schedule and normalized regimen, I had a daunting realization. I didn't know what to do with my time. But one day, I had a strong desire to go on a bike ride. I didn't even own a bike, at least not one without training wheels. So I went out and found myself a bike. Riding around my neighborhood was something that I eventually looked forward to every day, allowing me to reflect on myself and my immediate surroundings. Not what I looked like on paper, not my resume, and not how I thought I needed to present myself to others. The freedom to have full control over where I went gave me a new perspective on life. Just like we couldn't control the pandemic, but had to continue on and adapt to our new reality, the bike only brought me as far as I kept pedaling, through the hills and bumpy roads, through the ups and downs. If quarantine taught me anything, it was to value my own interests, passions, and free time. Learning to choose what I want, rather than what I thought I should, made me happier than I had ever been before. As Dale Carnegie said, you never achieve real success unless you like what you are doing. Don't let this pandemic define who we are as a class, because each and every one of us is so much more than that. It is not the obstacle itself, but rather how we respond to the obstacle that truly defines us. We're stronger for this. We've adapted to so much change, and at times, accepted loss and chaos. If we've learned anything about ourselves, it's how we can become better people. I've heard so many stories about our classmates who, during this crisis, have volunteered their time or helped members of their family and community stay safe. That is who we are. That is what the class of 2020 will be remembered for. As we embark on new adventures, our lives will face new complications. And the busier life gets, the easier it is to lose yourself. In the midst of the commotion, take time to truly focus on yourself. Create some leisure time. Go on that bike ride. Whether you're off to college, trade school, the military, taking a gap year, or going straight into the workforce, take control of your own life and make new experiences for yourself, including the ones that are just for fun. And so every now and then, I challenge you to ask yourself one question. What am I going to do with my time? Whatever it is, make it count. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. If Ms. Jenkins and Mr. Sorace can come up to the microphones. So this is the moment you've been waiting for. As each of you brought a card, I assume, this side will go first. The first row will stand up. You'll present your card to Mr. Sorace or Ms. Jenkins. They'll read your name. You'll come across and get your diploma. Your name is on your diploma as well as it's already in the jacket. Okay, and then you'll take a picture. You'll stand here on the X, and I'll stand here on this X. All right, so we'll start with Mr. Sorace. And this side over here, please stand, the first row, and come forward. You want to be in the picture? Oh, okay.
Shayla Brayboy. Katerina Triantafilides. Brianne Mamoli. Bryce Moore. Brianna McFarland. Emily Arujo. Ellen McCabe. Catherine Sheehan. Magdalena Romita. Bryn Schmidt. Sarah Smeriglio. Shayla Khan. Sophia Canessa. Caitlin Greco. Mia Lanzarato. Aaron Lowenbein. Melissa Lewis. Erica Giglio. Sheridan Mullins. Christian Miller. Alessandro Paez Donzelli. Angelina Paez Donzelli.
Connor Gilchrist. Giselle Vigil. Michelle Lazaro. Bianca Velez. Griffin Sieber. Michael Castellano. Matthew O'Callahan. Libby Christinat. Lexi Malaterra. Sarah Gualione. Shannon Kulangara. Alexander Francoeur. Haley Nowick. Caitlin Giglio. Owen Licio. Christina Pesci. Daniela de Blasio. Antonia Gasparo. Sarah Coteen. Sarah Roach. Walter Aragon. Christopher John Seferlaza. Olia Kurtango.
Bridget Arquat. And Julia Dufort. We will now have remarks from our superintendent, Dr. Estrella.
Good afternoon or good morning. I can't tell what the time yet. But I wanted to take a moment to congratulate all of the graduates today and thank all of the parents for their advocacy in making today possible. I know your journey this year has not been an easy journey. It was filled with many new experiences. You have set the path for change in our system and throughout the country. And I look forward to seeing what the graduating class of today will accomplish, because you have been able to acquire and do the impossible. You have made the impossible possible. So I want to thank you for your patience through this journey. And I want to challenge you to take this year as an opportunity to learn that problem solving and taking difficult moments and making them moments of change, some of the things that you will have to engage in the future, because you are the generation that will create a new tomorrow for everyone in this country. I want to congratulate you once again and thank you for being here and for going through a very challenging year and yet making the best of it. Change is sometimes necessary, but it only makes us better. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you, Dr. Estrella. I just realized most of you did not drink the water that's next to your seat. That's for you. All right, having met the requirements of the state of Connecticut and the Norwalk Board of Ed, congratulations, class of 2020. My sound guy? All right, we will now process, starting with the front row. We're not throwing caps, Jamal. Maybe later. All right, thank you.